guys, and welcome to another video. Last video I showed you how to do these bracelets using the Czech Glass Cube beads. They're the 6mm beads, and today I'm going to show you how to make a necklace using those same beads so that it will match your bracelet. So we are using the same basic technique as we did for the bracelet, but we're going to curve it a little bit here, and we're going to add some drops and add chain to it. Alright, so what we're going to need for the necklace is 15-0 seed beads again. These are bronze, and we're going to need a few 11-0s, not too many though, and these are dark gold iris. Both of these are Toho, I believe. We're going to use, I'm using the Potomac Crystal Rondelles in the 2x3mm. These are Garnet AB color. I have a Briolette drop, which is also from Potomac. This is the Garnet AB. I have these, I guess they're like a brass gold color Czech Glass Cube, which they're the same size as the other ones that I've used, so they're the 6mm. I think they actually say they're 6x7mm. And then I have some Rizzo beads here. You're only going to need 4 of these, and these are in a red travertine, I believe. I have 2 wire guards and a length of chain for each side, and I've already put a toggle clasp on the end of it because I don't have any lobster clasp for this color chain. And you're also going to need a needle and thread. You're going to need about an arm's length, just 1 arm's length. I'm using a 6-pound fire line in the, it's the .006 diameter, and this is the black satin color. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm actually going to use one of the Rondelles for a stop bead. Put that on the thread towards the end, loop back through it 1 time, and then I'm going to add a cube bead, and then we're going to start this the same way that we did the bracelet. So now we're going to do 9 15-0s, coming out of the side of the cube. You're going to go around, not going through that rondelle, and go through the cube only again on the side here. Now we're going to pick up 9 more 15-0s, and we're going to do the same thing that we just did on the last pass, just on the other side of the cube bead. See there? Alright, now we're going to pick up a rondelle and a cube bead again. And we're going to repeat with the 9 15-0s. Through the cube only. Give that a little tug so that your rondelle is snug in between those 2 cube beads. Pick up 9 more 15/0s and go around the other side of that cube bead. Another rondelle and another cube. And now we're going to repeat this until we've done all of the same with 8 of the cube beads. So the rondelle, the cube bead, 9 15s on each side, and repeat that until you've used all 8 of the cube beads. And then we'll come back and I'll show you what to do next. Okay, so we've added all 8 of our cube beads with the rondelles in between and the 15/0 seed beads on the end. We're coming out of this cube bead on the end. You're going to pick up 1 more rondelle and 11/0 and one side of your wire guard. And sew down the other side of your wire guard. Now at this point I'm going to add one part of my chain, maybe. Yep. There we go. There we go. Okay, I'm going to pick up 1 more 11/0. I'm going to sew through that rondelle and through the cube bead. Give that a little bit of a pull. Let it pull snug to the cube bead again. Now go through these side beads here. Back up. And round. Up through the rondelle. 1 of the 11/0s. Up through the wire guard. Down the other side and through that other wire 11/0, I'm sorry, and through the rondelle if you can get it all in one pass. And now go through these beads on the side. Down the first 7, not going through the last 2 on this side. Now we're going to go through and we're going to connect all of these cubed sections together In order to get it to curve the way that I designed it, we have to put fewer beads on one end and larger beads on the other side. So we're coming out of the the seventh bead here, and we're just going to pick up 1 11/0. And we're coming out of here, we're going to skip the first 2 on the next cube bead and go through the next 5, skipping the last 2 on this one also. Pull your thread through, give that a nice pull, and pick up another 11/0, skip the first 2 on this one and go through the next 5, keep that tight. It might be a little loose now, but by the time you get to the other end and we add the wire guard and stuff, we should be able to tighten this up enough so that you're not going to see any thread. So we're going to pick up another 11/0, skip the first 2 on the next cube, and go through the next 5. Okay, now keep doing this until you get to the other end, and I'll help you add the other wire guard, and then we'll do the other side. Okay, so adding that 11/0 in between all of those sections, you should have something similar to this. You see where it's starting to curve here? I'm coming out of the 7th bead here on this side. Now you're going to want to go through the next 2 seed beads, and remember that we used this rondelle as our stop bead in the beginning. So I'm going to send my needle through here and I'm going to tie a 1/2 hitch knot between that cube bead and the rondelle. And give a little bit of a pull. That ensures that we don't have any thread showing on this top part here. Now I'm going to go up through that rondelle, and I'm actually going to pull okay. Now I'm going to pick up an 11 and your second wire guard. So through the other side, and pick up the other end of your chain. Pick up one more 11/0, go down through the rondelle and the cube. Okay. Through these 15 O's on the side. and up through the rondelle. Give that tail thread a tug. And I'm going to tie this off here again. Okay. Now I'll go back up through an 11 and the wire guard. Down through the other side in the next 11. And down through that rondelle also. And now we're going to go down these 15s on this side here. Just like on the opposite side, we're going to go down the first 7 and not the last 2. Okay. I'm going to trim this tail thread off here. Okay. Now we're coming out of the 7th 15-0 here. We're going to pick up 2 15s, 1 11, and 2 15s. We're going to skip the first 2 on the next cube and go through the next 5. Give that a pull. Now we're going to add 2 15s, one of our Rizzos, and 2 15s. Coming out of the 7th one here, we're going to skip the first 2 here and go through the next 5. There we go. Now repeat that one again. So 2 15s, a Rizzo, and 2 15s. Coming out of the 7th one here, we're going to skip the first 2 on the next one and go through the following 5 15s. There we go. Okay. 2 15s again, your briolet, and 2 15s. Coming out of the 7th one there, skip the first 2, go through the next 5. Two more 15s, a Rizzo, and 2 more 15s. Coming out of the 7th, go through the next 5. There we go. Do that again. 2 15s, a Rizzo, and 2/15. Skip the first 2 on the next cube and go through the following 5. Now we're back to the last cube, so it's 2/15, 1/11, and 2/15. Skip the first 2 and go through the rest of these. Now you can go down through the cube and the rondelle and the cube. Find a thread bridge and tie a half hitch knot. Go through the rondelle, cube, and a rondelle. Tie another half hitch. Advance yourself through a few of these beads. And then trim that off. All right. And just kind of run your hands down this, your fingers, make sure everything's sitting the way that you want it to. Just takes a little bit of manipulation, you can get it. And there we go. When you're making these yourself, you can not do the drop beads if you want, or you can do all briolets, or you can do all rizzos, or you can use daggers, or you can use teardrops, or really whatever you want to use. This is your project, and I had a lot of fun showing you how to do it, and I love coming up with these new ways to use these beads and these odd shaped things that, you know, a lot of times people don't know how to use. I know sometimes I look at them when I get them out of a box, or, you know, like a subscription box or something, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with these. I don't generally like to just string beads. I like to find a way to weave them, and I like coming up with ways to do that. So really, I mean, if you just play around with your beads and, you know, set them down and turn them different ways and combine them with other beads and just see how they work, it's actually a lot of fun to do. So here's the one that we just made. And here are samples of, well, they're not samples, but these are the other ones that I made. This is the aluminum silver cubes with the briolet and rizzo beads there. And this is the Pearl Shine Azzurro cubes with, these are teardrop beads here, the side drilled teardrops in Aztec gold, and this is a Pearl Shine Azzurro flat teardrop. And there you have it. I mean, there's 3 different color samples for you. I would really like to see what you come up with. And I want to thank you for watching my video. If you like the video, you know, go ahead and like it. You can subscribe to my channel if you want to be in the know when I update new videos or when I upload new videos, and hit the bell so that you can be notified. Alright, well, thank you for watching again, and have a good night.